talk a little bit about uh, what I saw from Silla Abdul's stream yesterday. It was a really good, informative stream with Will Roland. Will Roland, that's my dude now. I used to see him from time to time on Twitter. I don't think I ever clashed with him or anything. And I can identify with what he's saying, not just in the movement, but in life in general. Um, and it's just interesting how how life goes, you know. Now we're gonna talk about this. So we know that there was a hostile takeover of the Snyder Cut movement, or at least attempt to do so. Snyder Cut movement cannot be taken over. You cannot have. There's no any one person who is the key person of the Snyder Cut movement. Fiona Zhang is one of the originators of the movement, and you know, now we know Vinaldo was another one, and also Ramesh, and a bunch of guys, Barry, a bunch of guys, right? I was not one of them, okay? Make it abundantly clear. I would say this over and over again. I was not a proponent of the Snyder Cut movement. I was arguing with people about why the Justice League that we saw was mostly Zach's vision and stuff like that. I was absolutely incontrovertibly wrong. Everybody was vehemently like, no, bro, no, no, bro. I was under the Warner Brothers Kool-Aid. I'm not going to lie to you. So I was not one of them. I vehemently argued BVS. I fought for BVS. When Man of Steel came out, I enjoyed Man of Steel. Didn't know people could be vitriolic and so hateful and attack a Man of Steel like that. But I never really defended it online. It was BVS that I defended to the tooth. And I'm talking about the theatrical cut. Okay. Um, I thought I knew what Zach's vision was. I thought I knew what Zach's style was. I was wrong. Okay. So what I'm about to say, I was not in the know, when Will started explaining everything. And I remember Damien trying to explain it to me. And I was really not in the know. Damien Anton Vincent, that is. I wasn't really in the know about that. And shit. Will, I understand, bro. I understand what happened. I understand what went down. People saw an opportunity at a certain point in time where this movement could basically earn dividends for them and their cause, and they were hell bent on getting to their objectives. And Fiona and Vinaldo, Ramesh, and all the various people who were the RT Snyder Cut movement, because that's what I know. I knew Fiona. Um, Fiona was really championing the cause, and she kind of had an organized sort of way of approaching things. And it wasn't just Fiona, of course. I remember my girl. I guess she's married now and everything. It's Mo, and some of the early cosplayers went down to Warner Brothers, and they asked that the Snyder Cut be released. So I remember that from the earlys. All right, I know there's a lot of different people who contributed to the Snyder Cut movement, and some people had different people had different approaches to it, right? Some people were confrontational, some people were, placative, some people were very, very respectful and so on, and still making their requests known. And so, anyway, um, I really appreciate um, all the early founding fathers, including Will Roland of the Snyder Cut movement. Without you guys, we probably wouldn't have. And the thing, my approach was, okay, we won't get this Justice League here, and then we'll get Zach's thing if it's a success. But of course, it became a financial flop and a failure. And the moment I changed my way, I'm going to say this now, I was absolutely incontrovertibly wrong about it. I think a lot of you guys know that. I was just off. um, but and so much stuff went down that, like, the more we heard more about what went down behind the scenes with Justice League, is the worse it got. Like, the story just kept getting worse and worse and worse. Um, and now in the movement itself, I didn't know all of that was going on, because that's really bad. Some of the things that happened were really, really bad. People were sabotaged. People were then they tried to create narratives against certain people, and then create narratives to praise certain people. And it's the same thing like what Warner Brothers was doing. Warner Brothers trying to create these narratives in the press, and these people did the same thing. It seems as though they're successful so far. Let me just say this, and this is a shout out to all the reals out there. Stay real. Stay real. They feel they can get rid of. Look, Zach stayed real, and Zach got his cut. Right. When we got to stay real, we mustn't compromise ourselves for nothing. The truth must come out. So I'm so glad that Will spoke on that. And it was a 5 hour stream. You guys, if you need the link, I'm gonna send the link. I'm gonna post the link up in my community section. It's worth listening to from beginning to end. The real story about the movement and what really went down and what's happening currently now. We need to keep pushing for restore the Snyderverse. Zack Snyder, this out of all the times when Justice League 2 and 3 can come, these are the times. Okay, Justice League 2 and 3. So we need to keep on pushing for that. But ultimately, in the end, people who had agendas and were shooting towards certain objectives that they wanted, people who felt that they needed to put mandates down for the movement, which went against some of the early founding members of the movement, what they were trying to do. And I noticed also there's like a clique of people who get access to Zach. There's a clique of people who basically get access to different things, right? And this movement didn't start with cliques of people. They have their little cliques and stuff, yes, but I mean, this movement started from. Shout out to Leroy Kong, man. What's up, bro? This movement started from grassroots people who decided that that's not the way. This is not going to go down like this, and we're going to make a difference, right? And so some people joined the movement later on. They were opposed to what the movement was doing, like myself, and joined the movement later on. But then they don't want to give credit where credit is due. And they don't want to acknowledge that they slipped up. And then they're trying to push their own agendas, which is not cool. Okay. And me, I've never been deep into anything. And of course, I was taking care of my mom at a certain point in time. I wasn't deep into all of that. I didn't know what the inner workings were, right? My boy Damien was trying to explain it to me, but I never really listened to him because I was like, oh man, they need to sort that stuff out. As it stands, Will Rowland, Fiona Zhang, who they demonized, and my boy Vinaldo and Ramesh, these guys, we need to make sure that these guys, I know they don't want that. They just want to set the record straight, but we need to vindicate them just like how Ray Fisher is getting vindicated, just like how Zack Snyder is getting vindicated. These people need to be vindicated. And it's up to us in the movement to make sure that they get their just due. And as for those people who think they're the leaders or whatever of the movement, I mean, this movement got no leaders, really. They ain't got no specific leaders. There's a bunch of people that come together, they agree on something, and they do it. You know what I'm saying? What's up, the Truth 31? If you haven't checked out Sil Abdul Inc.'s recent stream, I suggest you do so, Truth, because Will was on it. Leroy Khan says, sadly, there are a lot of ungrateful people out there. Man, but they're opportunists. They're people. Look, I don't want to really go into it, but even with me, I've encountered those people both in boxing. They try to drag my name through the mud in boxing. They tried to attack me here, my channel, both Christ Iron Disciple and my boxing channel, and they tried to take me out the game, but it can't take me out the game because I tell the truth. You know what I mean? As much as I can. And when I'm wrong, I say I'm wrong. You know what I mean? So people have tried to take me out the game in boxing. They tried to take me out the game in entertainment here, but they can't stop me. They can't stop me. They just can't. You know what I mean? I haven't fully organized myself on these channels. I just pop up. What's up, the Truth, man? I like the truth and what he's doing with his channel and his group of people as well. I like to see average people, ordinary people talking, not just a set of people who are striving to. And there's nothing wrong with that, right? There's nothing wrong with making your way and putting thought. I'm just saying, if we're seeing cycling over the same set of people over and over again, that wasn't how the movement was. You know, everybody always had their say. Everybody always had something to contribute to the table, and you know it was really cool. And still, it can be cool. It still can be cool, but we need to iron out those kinks where people have, you know, tried to do hostile takeovers and have tried to dirty other people's names in the movement, who all they were doing was good, and that needs to be sorted out. You can't say us united, and that's why I put us united with a question mark behind it. We can't talk about us united, and there's certain people who are elitist, sort of like, and they feel us united is their little clique. There are several cliques in the Snyder Cut movement. Several. We got the Dark Council. We got the Truth with this little clique there. We got TBZ, right? The Prozac group. We got the 40, the 40 group, right? All of these groups, you know, spawn out of Zack Snyder, the Snyderverse, and different ones have different reasons why they line with each other and vibe with each other. And for me, I know the truth. He wants to vibe with everybody, you know. Yeah, but again, the truth, Bell and everybody there in that group, they're a group. Now, I'm not saying a clique is necessarily a bad thing, a clique or a clique. I'm not saying it's necessarily a bad thing. It's one thing though when you try to be insular. What I mean by that is only your clique and only your group matter. That's what I was basically saying. Um, no, Leroy, you didn't need to delete your comment. I guess what you're saying. I've been on Bell's groups. You know, Zod Writers are also a pretty dope dude. He be moving around and stuff. I don't know too much about him, but I met him on Facebook. We disagreed on some things and we cussed each other out at one point in time. I mean, but again, it's Snyderverse. In the Snyderverse, in the Snyder Cut movement, in the Snyder movement period. I think I hurt my knee. In the Snyder movement period. I think I really hurt my knee. Hold on a second there, people. Oh shit. I love Bell. Bell's cool, man. It's the truth. Truth's cool too. Truth don't agree with everything I say. Truth's a really cool dude too. All those guys are cool. Oh man. And they be making their runs, they're making their turns with the different people, checking out their channels and stuff. I actually got Neil's a real cool dude. I see. It's nice because you get to meet so many new people. But the thing about it is, everybody ain't the same. You know what I mean? Oh no, man. Me and Zod are cool. Me and Zod are cool. We were talking about Man of Steel. We were just arguing. We were just arguing. It's just an argument. Me and Zod are cool. Was I on your stream? I think it was on your stream. I was on your stream or Bell's stream. One of them. I just popped up on Bell's stream. And Zod knows me very well. He knows me. I'm like an OG in a kind of way, in that I know Zod from uh, before the Snyder Cut and all of that. Oh, way back with BVS, from way back then. He cool, man. He's a cool dude. I don't agree with everything. Like, it's point wise, I mean, I agree with everything he may agree, because I think he was talking about villains or something. We were arguing about villains or some kind of crazy stuff like that. No, we don't. I don't personally hate him or anything. No, we cool. We cool. He just comes from a different perspective than I do on certain things, which is cool. Yeah. Um. Yeah. So, you know, the Snyder movement is so crazy. I'm telling you, man, it's super powerful. And I really hope and pray that some of these things can be resolved. But one of the things that needs to be resolved, and everybody needs to be in agreement with, is that Will Rowland, he's got a channel. I subbed to his channel. Fiona Zhang, uh, uh, all the people in the release the Snyder Cut, the Snyder Cut uh, Twitter account. That account, them people's real people. You know what I'm saying? They was real people. They were thinking about other people, and it's really awesome to meet them. You know, and I didn't know who they were with the RT. I didn't know who the RT Snyder Cut um, uh, account was. I just know few and aware, and it was like the secret, but I didn't know they were the ones behind it. But it's really cool to see them and to hear the whole breakdown. I think Damien Anton Vincent and Barry Monique and a bunch of other people are really cool, and I really like. I've met some of these people, and some people, most of them I haven't met in person or anything. So it'd be really nice for us to actually get to know each other in the Snyder Cut movement and different people and understand the different stories and the different differences and things that need to be ironed out or or people who need to be acknowledged for what they did. Not necessarily because they want to be acknowledged, but to clear their name of some of the dirt that has been scooped up on them, which is not true. Okay, and that needs to be cleared the ear. And some of the sad things about it is that these people are really decent, honest people that actually were, you know, actually trying to push this movement forward. So I'm happy about that. Of course, I know Troop 31, he be pushing Restore the Snyderverse like nonstop. I see your feed all the time. It's not just sad. We got to do something about it. Like we have to do something about that. Vinaldo, however we can reach out to him to let him know we support him. And the people who turned us against him, we need to make sure that he knows that we are still backing him 100% and all the hard work he put in. Same thing for Roland, that we know the truth now. And this is something we need to circulate with the movement and let people know. And the people who, whatever reason, did what they did, those people, maybe they'll come around to apologize and maybe they'll come around to seeing the light because while I may observe what they're saying in their accounts for information or whatever, I'm going to bear in the back of my mind that this person sabotaged that person. This person is on an agenda, you know? And I don't like that, right? Because I have experienced being on the end of that. People with agendas throughout my life, okay? And they've never stopped me. They've never stopped me from accomplishing what I set out to do once I don't give up. The thing is, sometimes we give up and we quit. This is the beauty of what's happening in this movement with Zack Snyder right now, and even the Restore the Snyderverse. If Zack Snyder quit, see, Toby Emmerich and these guys want Zack to quit, want Zack to leave. They don't want to have to push him out. But they've tried all kinds of things, manipulating the media, etc., to make him look like a villain. He's come out Trump. He's pretty much the hottest director this year, right? With his two movies that are very successful and still being successful, right? And the thing about it is, if Zack sticks around, he's going to get to do Justice League 2 and 3. That's a given. All right, the way how the atmosphere is shaping up. So I said this thing is a given. Ray Fisher, him persisting, that's a given. He's going to get work. We might even see the Cyborg movie down the road. You have to stick with it, though. You got to stick with it. And Vinaldo has been very depressed because he probably put a lot of effort and stuff in it, and people sabotage him. And like we've heard in Christopher Nolan's movie, if you live long enough, you're going to live to be the villain, even if you were everybody's hero. And so true. People are quick to condemn. They're quick to be negative about people who are genuine people. You know what I'm saying? Leroy Kong says all these execs at WB should all go. Get rid of these clowns. Clean house. Yeah, bro. By the way, Leroy Kong, I just want to congratulate Leroy Kong on growing his subscription base. A lot of people subscribe to your channel. Congratulations to that, bro. I hope you do exceedingly well. You're that kind of guy. You're that kind of guy, and I really love and appreciate you being here and just also being very supportive. And I hope your channel grows. I need to watch more of your videos. I love your spirit. Troop 31, I love you too, bro. I like how you accommodate so many people to give them voices to speak about things. You guys are really important, and I thank you for also visiting my channel. Um, I got to organize myself. I'm still not very organized. Y'all are dealing with all kinds of things, demons in my life, and so many other stuff that I'm trying to do. And for an old guy, I shouldn't be really wrestling with these things by now. I should have handled it, but it is what it is. And so I'm just trying to just, I'm just trying to just balance out and get everything in the right pathway. You know, maybe even some guidance maybe will be helpful. But it's nice to see so many of you guys successful on YouTube. So many of you guys, doing your thing. I really love that. Derek Counts says Troop Bell, Zod Ryder, Ryan Rivera, and company, all awesome. Yeah, man. Also, like there was this guy, I forgot what his name is. He's not really a Snyder Cut dude, but I mean, when I look at the spectrum of YouTube channels on YouTube, especially the people who support the Snyder Cut, I'm really happy. They come from diverse backgrounds. Some of them not really Zack Snyder fans, and in one breath they may chop him down, whatever. But it's just nice to see positivity towards the guy, first of all, and second of all, it's nice to see we having these discussions. And right now, we have to just address an internal issue inside of the Snyder Cut movement that needs to be addressed, right? People who have been opportunists or whatever and trying to take over the Snyder Cut movement, sort of like, and make it their own thing and have their be the only organizers and stuff like that. We say and also we need to be fair and honest and straightforward with things. You know, we can't be this movement mustn't be like how Hollywood is or how generally workplaces are, cutthroat and people just trying, they want to make an upper hand, so they have to put other people down. We need to be different. We need to be different, And y'all can clown and make jokes on each other and stuff. I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about like hurting people and trying to villainize people. We shouldn't be that. We should, of all people, the Snyder Cut movement people should never be that, because we were ostracized. We know what it is to be villainized. We've seen a director being villainized. We've seen actors being villainized. All right. We've seen in our life, we've been victimized and villainized for having a stance or taking a decision to be truthful and honest about things. And we must encourage people to be truthful and honest about things. And we must encourage this movement. It don't matter. Like some of us, I think a lot of you guys actually are like that. Y'all don't really care, you know, to clout chase, right? We're not really on clout chasing. We're not really on trying to get an edge to get our brand better or whatever the heck some of these people out here are doing. All right. But you can make a living off of it. You make a living off of it. You know what I mean? Anyways, man, Hollywood is corrupt and dirty. Not everybody in Hollywood's like that, but yeah, man, some of these execs, man, the people who actually run the companies, bro. I'm gonna tell you all a little story. I was just watching it on YouTube actually, because my business is entertainment, right? So my boy Cat Williams. I don't know if you guys know who Cat Williams is. He's a comedian. He was talking about how no, it wasn't Cat Williams, sorry, my bad. It was what's my dude name? Y'all, if you guys came up in the 90s, you know this guy. He's a comedian. What was his name? He was on I think he was on, what was he on? Drink Champs. I think he was on Drink Champs, right? Anyway, he was talking about how he was supposed to be on a Kevin Hart movie, right? He was supposed to be Kevin Hart's dad, right? And Kevin Hart, everybody's happy to have him in there, but because the studios feel he's a controversial figure because he say a lot of politically incorrect things, the president of the studio of Fox said when they called his name, they said, "Hell no, he can't, he can't, he can't, he can't be in the movie." And that was that. We seeing it now in the open on Twitter and all these things. We see the ostracization of Gina Caruso. And I keep on going back to this. And I don't agree with Gina. I don't have to agree with Gina Caruso. I don't have to agree with Gina Caruso. You understand what I'm saying? The truth be told, she has not said anything that incites violence. And she didn't say anything that, whether she exaggerated about equivalency is irrelevant, right? She didn't say anything. All she was making the statement, Gina Carano, yeah, Carano, yeah, Gina Carano, that's right. the MMA lady who's now in movies. Hollywood ready to blacklist this woman and shut her down because of her statements. If she's not free to speak her mind on things, all right? If she's not free to, she's a Republican. If she's not free to speak her mind on things, what the hell? People should be free to speak their mind on things. But Hollywood's so political and Hollywood's so full of shit that one person, they can't speak their mind on the thing because they want to get rid of their ass. And another person, they can say all kinds of shit and get away with it. You know? Rendering my injustice video as we speak. All right, man, I'm going to check out your video. So it's that kind of bullshit that I'm talking about. All right? Yeah, I know she supports Trump. So what? Like, listen, isn't it a two-party system? It's a two-party system. I think she's horribly wrong to support Donald Trump. Y'all know that. Y'all know how I feel about Donald Trump, right? But and in no way I should think anybody should be supporting him right now because he's a treasonist, insurrectionist, etc. But it is still her choice to support him, right? You know what I'm saying? It's her choice. You cannot attack, you cannot destroy her because she says she's Republican. Okay? So that's a choice she makes. It's a bad, ill-advised choice, in my opinion. But and the same thing, they're trying to attack Zack Snyder. Zack Snyder is not even a Trumpist. But you see them with this political bullshit all the time, talking about how Zack Snyder, he's trying to push socialism. Zack Snyder, he's pushing communism. Zack Snyder, he pushes what's the fucking thing? What's the name of it? Objectivism. Okay, objectivism. You know what I'm saying? They come with this bullshit all the time, as if Zack Snyder, his movies don't have no heart. It's not about altruism. You know, I had an argument with a dude trying to show me that the Ayn Rand stuff, the Ayn Rand movie, Zack Snyder's gonna make an Ayn Rand movie, right? That Zack Snyder, and Zack's a guy who Zack will take a racist's words, for example. He'll take a racist words, right? And he'll flip the script on it. Zack will give you a whole new light and meaning because Zack's a humanist. If y'all haven't realized this by now, Zack loves people. He's a humanist, right? That's the best way to describe it because I don't know if he's still a Christian or not. Okay, I don't know. He grew up a Christian Scientist, right? But I don't know if he's Christian still. But I know one thing. I know he's a humanist. If you look at all of Zack's movies, they're empowering movies that tell you as a human being, you're more than you think you are, and you can push yourself to your limits. And it doesn't matter how constricted it seems your situation is and how oppressive, you still have choice. So that's Zack's opus. That's its sole theme that he has throughout all of his movies, if you look at them. All right. Now, besides that, there's altruism. Zack pitches altruism, which I can't even believe that this is the thing that drew me to his movies. Man of Steel. Altruism. All right. So they try to say, no, it's not altruism. It's objectivism. Anything that Superman does, it's because his best interest is in heart. So because he's doing things out of his best interest. He's not doing it and solely for his own interest. He's not doing it for ever selfless. He's never selfless. He's doing things always in his best interest. So he saves his mother because it's his mother. He saves Lewis because it is Lewis. Right? If he helps, he says, this is my world. So he saves the world because it's his world. Okay? But here's the thing. Superman shows us altruism even before he accepted the world as his own. When he helped the kids on the bus, how is that in his best interest? It turns out to be that it was not in his best interest. We recall that? Because it exposes him and it makes him a target. And his father was speaking to him saying, son, sometimes it's best you just don't help people. I know that sounds terrible, boy. It's an option. Maybe you shouldn't help those people on the bus. He's saying because you need to keep yourself a secret. He's saying it's an option. Because what happened? Because he helped those people on the bus. One, the parent of one of the children on the bus came to his home, and was telling his parents about what happened. And they felt that he was involved with it. And then the second thing happened was a bully in school from a higher class, obviously, than him, attacked him. The bully turned out to be the priest eventually, attacked him, and was trying to beat him the crap up because he saved the kids on the bus. Right? And the point behind it is, why is it in his best interest to save them? It shows that it wasn't in his best interest to save them. But he had that altruistic tendency to want to help people. Right? And the point behind it is, Zack Snyder showed that for the first time in a deeper way. Usually, superficially, Superman goes and saves the day, he helps people, and he gets praised for it. Right? All iterations of Superman we have seen so far, including Smallville, Superman get praised for doing good things. Right? Not in the real world. In the world we live in today, you can have good. Look what happened to Fiona Zhang. Look what happened to Vinaldo. Look what happened to William. When you try to do something good, some people acknowledge that and see the virtue in it. Just like with Zack Snyder's movies. Whether it's Man of Steel, BVS, Snyder Cut was more universally received over time. Because Zack came from an earnest place. And that's why I said Zack had to be a spiritual person. Because it come from a sincere place, a genuine place. There was no mockery. There was no mockery of the superhero character. Why? Because Zack wants, he doesn't care about just the physical presence that the media keeps on pushing. The physical presence of Superman and blah, blah, blah. He looks like Superman, but he doesn't behave like Superman. He doesn't care about that. What he cares about is the virtue. Zack put virtues on display. He showed us what hope is. He showed us what justice with love is. That's what Wonder Woman was about. He showed us what fairness is. He showed us what selflessness is. Selflessness goes beyond you sacrificing for other people. It also goes into you sacrificing your character assassination, because you sacrifice for people. And we've seen it with Jesus on the cross. Now, after Jesus died, they killed his ass, and he got back up from the grave and went back to heaven. That's when everybody's talking about him as a hero now. We all talk about him as a hero. But at the time, he was a controversial figure. And people didn't know what to think of him. I want you to understand, Zack showed us a hero's journey in a whole different sphere. Because he came from an altruistic, a humanistic, but altruistic perspective. Everything was couched as, what would a human do? That's why I said humanism is what he was pushing. He wasn't looking at it from a god. They said, oh, Zack was trying to show gods and godlike figures. That's being super fucking official, man. That's being superficial. Because you see the godlike figure moving slowly and grandly like a king or a regal person, that's where they come with the gods thing that can't connect with human beings, which is bullshit. Zack was showing you, and that's why he called Batman Bruce. That's why he called Superman Clark. You didn't hear the word Superman in the movie. We heard Superman in the Snyder Cut. We've not heard the word Superman. We heard it in Man of Steel too. A Superman, that's what they call him, the alien, sir, right? But other than that, we've not heard Superman all the time. We heard it in the Snyder Cut with Cyborg saying Superman, right? But you've not heard people calling him Superman. You know why? Zach's trying to personalize the individual in the eye of a human, not in the eye of a God. And just to make the point, Diana calls Superman Kal-El. She does not call him Clark. Did you realize that? Because Diana is Diana. Diana has no alias. Oh yeah, okay, she's Diana Prince, right? Really, Prince is Diana. That's her alias. But Diana's Diana. But Diana always speaks to Clark from his alien or his otherworldly roots. She says Kal-El. She does not say Clark. Isn't that crazy? He was buried as Clark. Y'all know this. The body was buried as Clark Kent. Humanism is what Zack Snyder pushes. Not objectivism, not socialism, not communism. To some degree, he pushes democratic values because he believes in choice. All that Zach has been pushing has been choice. It's all empowering stuff. Because where does Zach come from? Where does that come from? Come from the same place as those hip hop people. That's why some people who like the hip hop movement and like hip hop, they're gonna vibe with what Zach is saying. And Zach come from Greek mythology and all of that. That's all that it's cool. Greek mythology and Norse mythology and all of that's cool. But he's never coming from that place when he's talking to you about it. He's coming to you from a place of humanity. I spit on my phone. He's coming from a place of humanity. And so this is what I'm trying to say. A lot of people sucker punch. Superficial again. They got caught up in what the outfits the women were wearing and the conditions under which they were existing. They never understood the battles that they were fighting, the symbology of what was going on. They never understood the movie. That movie's deep. But when you're being subversive, it can be difficult because sometimes people can misunderstand and mistake. And deliberately so, the media will try and confiscate or confuse what you're trying to say to them. But enough of Zack Snyder for a minute. It's not, I mean, he cool, but we're getting back to what we're talking about. Us united. In order to be united, truth must be the center. If there's any lies inside of there, as in the Wonder Woman 84 movie, which I love a lot, in the sense of the message, no good can come from lies. No good can come from lies. So if this movement is to move forward in an effective way, the way how it must, there must be truth. And so either those people who have done other people wrong come forward and stop isolating and ostracizing those people. And Will Rowland gets to roll through the movement as he should. Fiona Zhang should be reinstated to what her status of what she should be, especially now of all times. And also, I wish her a speedy recovery. By the way, she's very ill. She's going to be doing surgery. We pray. I think she did the surgery already. We pray for her well-being, as well as I just wanted to say I really value her a lot. She's really was an awesome person and is an awesome person. And I know people are not perfect, but really liked Fiona Zhang. She acknowledged everybody in the movement. She didn't acknowledge, she acknowledged everybody, and when you had something to contribute that was useful, she was really working out with everybody in the movement. I really mad props to Fiona Zhang. You know what I mean? Now I'm an old guy to some of you guys. Some of you guys are a different generation to me. I'm almost 50 already. So I'm an old dude. But, For all the things that's going on in life, I really love people who are luminaries, people who are kind and good. They don't get some, well, most of them don't get the credit they deserve anyway, but it's just good to see luminaries up in here. And each one of you guys who, have your little YouTube podcast and all that, I really thank God for you guys because you guys really are making a big difference. And it's the grassroots people, always the grassroots people. Leroy Counts says, still young. I'm 51 years old. Fuck out of here, for real. You don't look your age, bro. Well, I wouldn't know. I wouldn't know. I wouldn't know you was 51. Okay, cool. See, so you're my senior in a little bit, and you're senior about 4 years. I'm close to 47. I'll be 47 very soon. So I'm still younger than you, right? Of course, if I shave all my beard, just like you, if I clean up, but I can't clean up right now. We are under a sort of curfew. My whole country shut down, so the only things that are running are the essential services. So we got like right now, banks are not even open. The banks are closed down. So the only things that are open right now are, it's crazy. Um, we got like shops, little shops, groceries are still open. We got COVID's really bad up in my country right now. We It's a surge, and it's pretty bad. So they shut down everything. We do have vaccines. Some people are getting vaccinated. Some people are choosing not to. But it's pretty bad. So we've shut down. I haven't physically worked, like go out, and I used to do a little water vending and stuff like that. I can't even do that anymore. So I'm trying to shut down. That was my daily income. And then on, like, I'll do music, but income comes through that, and I sell things online as well as I do this streaming service here, which has I began on and off with this one. But yeah, so it's been interesting. And a lot of people are going through depressions. A lot of people have been having bouts of depression and stuff. I feel for them, man, but I got plastic. I'm just joking. I was able to, like, still get things done, and I had some savings, so I kind of live off some of the savings as well. And family and friends sort of help out where they can as well. So it's been an interesting time, right? But at the same time, I just wanted to say to you guys that you know keep on shining the truth. Try to tell the truth where you can. Try to be honest and truthful about things. Also be truthful to yourself. Don't lie to yourself. Like, there's a lot of people who try to justify and lie about things which they know is wrong to do. And don't compromise yourself. Don't compromise yourself. I try to think about all angles of the thing, but still at the same time, know what the truth of the situation is. Leroy said, I'm now on 2 weeks leave. One more week leave left. Watching Zack Snyder's Justice League and Army of the Dead. Yeah, man. Hey, there's a couple things I picked up on the Army of the Dead. I've not been able to see Zack Snyder's Justice League since April. April the what was it? April the 18th or something like that. I haven't been able to see it. Hopefully, it comes back out. It should come out this month. I don't know what's going on, but it's supposed to come out this month. So I don't know if HBO Max will come down here. I think they're supposed to come down to the Caribbean. I don't have HBO Go, um, or if it's offered on Google Plus, or I think it'll be offered on Google Plus very soon. So I'll just wait for it on Google Plus and buy it. And I'm deliberating whether to buy HBO Max or not. I'm deliberating it. I think 66 times now I've seen it now. Proud of it. It's such a great movie, man. Wow, Such Gaming recently made a "Why You Would Survive Army of the Dead Zombie Apocalypse" video. Yeah, yeah, yeah. I saw something like that too. Um, and they have all kinds of things. Like, they had and Netflix actually had uh where you could open up the vault, where you could open up the vault. There was something there on Netflix for that. which was really cool. Hey man, I'm gonna do a stream with you guys sometime. But in the meantime, I'm gonna try and check out the truth, see what the truth will be doing. I still look at Lightcast. I still look at a number of different places. I just want information. Chris Wong, Ping Pong Flicks, of course. There are different channels I still look at, but some of those channels, man, some of them channels, man. Oh man, some of those people, man. It's kind of hard for me sometimes. I keep the registry in the back of my head. I'll be like, man, but we'll see. We'll see how things go and what's up. And I'm a blessed. I wish everybody a blessed week this week. Uh, but this needs to be resolved. My hashtag, of course, on Twitter is Us United, Army of the Dead. And I have a song, Us United, that's supposed to come out. So I don't know if I'll actually do that song or I might change the word. I don't know what I'll do. But I'm gonna catch you guys later. Peace to all of you guys, man. And we need to be united in the Snyder fandom. But more importantly, we need the truth to come out, and certain people need to be vindicated. So that is the first thing. Okay. Fiona Zhang, Will Rollins, um, uh, Vinaldo, who I heard he's not there anymore. And Ramesh, them cats, they need to be vindicated, and we need to rally around them and reach them so they can know that we support them and we care about them. I know some of these people are not really into conflict and into, that's not what they came to do. So hopefully that can be done. And we could push forward with the other people hopefully apologizing or trying to make peace with the fact that these people are real ones and come to terms and tell the truth about what they stand in the movement. And that's very important because we have opportunists up, opportunists come everywhere, right? And there's nothing necessarily wrong with being an opportunist, but when you're doing the wrong things, when you're trying to sabotage people, drag their name into the mud so that you could get their spot, nothing good could come from that. Nothing good could come from that. And I'm going to be one of the first people to speak out against it. So, um, that's all I got for now. You guys have a good one, a blessed week. I need to try and support all you streams and everything. I've been doing a lot of different things, but not necessarily all of them are constructive things. But we will try and I'm trying to get to all you guys and watch all. That's what it's all about. Thanks for the support. I'm gonna catch you guys later. This is Christ I Am Disciple out. Scripture I'm got for you guys. I got one really quick piece of scripture and I'm out of here, right? It says, as a man thinks in his heart, so is he. Now remember that. Your thoughts dictate everything. Okay? What thoughts you entertain, what thoughts you don't entertain dictate everything. You want a positive outlook on life? Feast on positive thoughts. Always thoughts to drive you, inspire you, keep you going. Don't meditate. I said meditate on negative things or on things which will not help you to move forward with what God may have in store for you. So that's what I want to leave with you guys for now. I am Christ I Am Disciple. I'm gonna catch you guys later. If you guys are interested in boxing, you can check my boxing channel. It's called What You Need. WATTUNEED. So that's for those of you who like boxing. I'm gonna catch you guys later. Peace.